Now it's time to move on to the jaw. This is another one where we're not going to get a nice clean selection, but with these 4 jaw fittings, it wants you to chart an edge loop all the way from where the jaw swivels all the way down to the front of the jaw, in the center at the front. So I'm going to go into the left view and I'm going to pick a point as close to my joint because I remember placing this joint very carefully at the correct location. So I'm going to go vertices and pick the closest vertice here and treat that as my jaw pivot. So this is where the jaw is going to be pivoting from. And then the jaw corner, I'm not going to get a perfect selection. So here, I'm just going to find a vertice down here, maybe over there. Treat this as a corner of the jaw. Or maybe let me move a little bit farther away from the ear to avoid any issues. So I'll pick that as the jaw corner. And then jaw line, I could just chart. Actually, let me delete that and find a good line that I can chart from this center point. So maybe there. Let me look here. Let me grab this edge. Yeah, and I'm going to try to keep them in a line just to make things slightly easier for advanced skeleton. So I'm going to pick my jaw corner. Let me deselect that first. And go vertices and pick my jaw corner over there. Go jaw corner. Let me hide my joint so I can see this better. Yeah, I might be doing too much to get this right. And I'll pick my jaw line around here. Vertice at the center over there. All right, just know that you're not going to have the perfect edge loops for every character model, so just come as close to what it's asking for as best as you can. Yeah, that seems good. So go jaw. And yes, I definitely want this setup to be replaced because I did pick something as close to my jaw pivot. So it's fine if it replaces it. I know it's in the correct zone. All right, let's get the next 3. So next we're looking for a chin crease. Once again, this is a stylized character, so I have to find what I believe is the best place based off of what I want. Let me pick over there. Might be a good chin crease. So actually, on the safe side, let me go a little lower. It looks like something that operates better when it's lower, like that. Okay, so I'll make that my chin crease. Next is the throat. That should be fairly easy. Good transitionary point to the throat. And come down a little bit right there. Okay. And the next one is the cheek. This one is really important because this is where it's going to inflate the cheeks. So I want to pick the ideal place. It does want you to chart a line from the corner of the mouth here and pick on the cheek. So let me see where that lands first. Yeah, that's not bad. Just I'll probably want over there is about a good place to inflate her cheeks. So I'll pick right there, go cheek. So her cheekbone is going to be somewhere down here. If we look at what advanced skeleton wants to select anyway, you can chart a line from about just a distance away from the corner of the eye, and chart a line down to get where the cheekbone is. But here, it's around here, right? This, the way this character is, the cheekbone would be somewhere here. So I'm going to select that as a cheekbone. And the next thing we're looking for is the smile bulge. This one is very important because I think this will affect where it creases when the character smiles. So I definitely want to make sure that's in the right spot. Usually it comes from around the top of the nostrils. So I'm going to pick somewhere like here, chart a line down to about here. Something in this vicinity right there. Yeah, about there. So I'll do the smile bulge, and then I'm going to make sure I get that same line to get the, let me find a way to grab these faces and isolate them. And add my smile bulge. I'll add it to the selection just so I can pinpoint where the edge I selected. This whole thing with yeah, right there. So if I was to select these faces, bring everything back. Okay, I have, okay, so on the outskirts of this is where I selected the smile bulge. If I go 5, then my frown bulge, which is a line you would chart down from the smile bulge to the bottom side of the lip, would be somewhere around here. So I'd pick this. Let me grab this vertice and make sure I go to face. Okay, and go back to vertice. All right, it's selected. Let me go one lower and do a frown bulge over there. Okay, now it's time to move on to the nose stuff. Now, as you can obviously tell, this is not a proper nose. It's like a button style nose. But I'm going to try to pick intelligent choices that will allow this whole snout to behave properly. So starting with the nose, I want the tip of the nose for this one. Make sure I get just, I suppose, the highest peak. And pick something that I feel like I would like to have act as the tip of the nose. So right there. It's not the highest peak, but it should be fine. Perhaps I'll go just a little bit lower and make that the nose. Then the nose under is where the top of the philtrum would be. There would be good enough. That's where the top of the philtrum would be. And the nose corner then the nose corner will be outside of the nostril, and I'm also going to pick a random spot that I think will work. So let me pick maybe over there. And this one, and this next one, it's going to affect the way the bridge of the nose behaves. So the nose side, I'm going to pick something along here, so that I can have this whole thing behave like a nose. At least that's what I'm suspecting that it's going to do. So I'm going to grab this here as the nose side. I want to go as far out as possible and see what results it gives me. So I'll go nose side. And the nose bridge would also be another center selection. Over there should be fine. And this one definitely doesn't matter as much. but I'm looking for what would be, I guess, the top of the nostril. So I'll just pick over there as the top of the nostril, as long as it's between the nose corner and the nose. So I'll go there. So there's going to be a lot of articulation over here with the controls. That will make a lot of sense. But as long as it's controls that allow me to have all this granular articulation, you can make sense of it as an animator and make something cool.